Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Ghost Trick. In the last episode we got a job to do from Lynn, who for once in her life was too busy not being dead to do it herself. So let's see where we can go from here. We're still in the trash when we learn prisoner D99's schedule, but we can still use this memo to get across the room. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's a lever in the lower right hand corner that we can actually ghost into instead of looking at this police officer's dialogue. So let's try to do that. It does the same thing every time. I believe this is the only time you actually have to use it. Would you quit sending those memos over here? No. Huh? Not until I figure out how you always know the exact instant a memo starts falling. Not until I solve that mystery. You guys go ahead and work on that. I've got real mysteries to deal with. The mystery of me. Arg. Next time, I will find the answer next time. I guess it's time to try and find it. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so let's use this lever. See what happens. Brings out the heavy armaments. I mean, the only people in this prison are like the curry guy, the rock star, and prisoner D99. I'm not really sure who needs a bazooka. It wasn't me. Don't lie. You know you love to see me jump up and prepare for emergency. Oh yeah, sure, way back when I first got this job, but I've had enough of that now. Besides, you always react exactly the same way. Now, it's a joke about how they only have 2 animations. How meta. The emergency switch is probably just loose, probably because I fooled around with it too much. Well, it's for emergencies, don't play with it. What difference does it make if it's loose? It goes up to ring. That doesn't make any sense. Check it out, we turned it up. Well, close it back up, it's making me feel on edge. Nah, too much of a pain. I'm sorry. Just leave the guns hanging out there for anybody to walk up and take. Way to go, man. Anyway, the important thing is that we don't care about these guys, because we can move into this room and talk to somebody else. So you'll see the rocker is making this phone call, and the goal here is to get to the other side of the room again. So, very tricky timing here. Open the door, move to the side, and into the guitar. Now we sit for a while. We can get a clue from Sissel as to what we're supposed to do, but we don't really need that. Any minute now. Nowhere to go. We can check out the guitar. So this is the thing that was making that horrible noise a second ago. I guess it's a way for the spiky-haired youth to express himself. Sentiments like I'm hungry or I'm thirsty, maybe. Something primitive like that, I bet. Probably not necessary. I mean, he's talking on the phone right now. We have to assume he knows how to speak, like, English. Check out that guy walk. Alright, C38, back to your cell. Hey, guard man, how about giving me a little space? That crazy walk of yours is dangerous, man. You can tell this is all fluff because none of the text is in red. Yo, no lectures, man. I walk my own path, my own way to my own music, which sucks. Yes, it does. I went there. Check out, there's a trap door into the guard. That cell is empty. Yep, there are only 3 prisoners in this entire prison. They're the exact same 3 that we found out in the last chapter. So I finally made it to the cells. Now to find prisoner D99 and check out his work schedule for tomorrow. What could Lynn possibly want with that information? So here we are, we're in jail. Maybe a step up from being dead. Damn, don't think I can take another second in this thinking pit. Looks like Guardman is gone. Alright, so he's got those X's and O's, and apparently when the guards leave, he drops an O in the toilet. All this waiting is wiping me out. Hope this one will finally do it. It is a mystery. This is the first puzzle in the game where you have to pay very close attention to what everybody's doing and what what sort of consequences your actions have outside sort of the range that you can actually see. So as it turns out, when he flushes that O, we can't really see yet. We actually have to leave the cell. So we're in this phone now, an internal phone. This telephone, it looks like it's an internal line only. It doesn't call outside the prison. So the only places I can go with this phone are other phones within the building that I've already possessed. So basically here, and the one to the external line we can go to. So let's see what we can find. And it turns out there's prisoner number 2, the curry guy. He's digging a tunnel. I guess that's what the rocker means, and because they can finally get out of here. So let's mess up their plans a little bit. We can push the emergency button. An emergency button. An emergency in a prison. That's got to be a pretty bad situation. I'll just give it a little try. Now, keeping in mind that when the guns came out in your first guard room, they barely cared to even close them up, I'm kind of surprised they actually react to this one. But now we see that makes the rocker flush an X, so we can use that. Actually, not that specifically. There's basically nothing to do here but wait for the emergency to end. Because we already know that when the guards leave, the rocker flushes an O down the toilet. I guess we can assume, take a look at it, there's a pad of notepapers hanging on the wall. There's a red O drawn on each one. I think it's some kind of letter or symbol, but I don't recall what it means. Actually, here's another little tidbit. We can check out his blackboard too. So this is one of the little blackboards Lynn mentioned. Let me just give it a little read. Tonight, I lost a lot of things. My life, my memory, but there's a certain skill I've apparently lost too. I can't read. Seriously? He can tell the difference between English and a foreign language back on chapter 2, but he can't read at all? But I have absolutely no idea what it means. If I can't read prisoner D99's work schedule for tomorrow, what do I do now? Well, this is hopeless. I mean, nobody ever gives Sissel a straight answer about anything, and on top of that, he can't read. This is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, there's not much to do now but wait. What am I supposed to report back to Lynn now? If I tell her I couldn't read it, she'll kill me. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about that. Oh, ha 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 ha. Anyway, I might as well try to find prisoner D99's cell. Hopefully I'll at least be able to find out something while I'm there. I can't go back to Lynn empty-handed. But of course, jeez. Got some time to kill. There we go. All clear. Of course, we're not actually here. I believe there's actually a cutscene if you're still there. So let's get in the O, the sheet of paper, and get flushed down the toilet. Thankfully, this is a video game where, you know, nobody actually poops. Otherwise, this plan would backfire horribly in a number of circumstances. And around we go. We ring the bell in the fat guy's cell. Just rolls right out of bed. Man, he really takes advantage of that physique, I gotta say. Now, that, like, floppy head of his is incredibly creepy. This guy has probably the least relevance to the plot out of anybody in this entire game. It freaks me out every time we have to look at him. Oh, good news. You can go back to breaking the law. And we're in the trash again. It's pretty par for the course for us. I don't know what this machine is either. He like plugs his skull into it. I don't think examining it tells us anything either. Just everything about this guy just screams wrong. But more importantly, it's trick time. We get more info about the creepy guy. And so let's check out his chalkboard. I still can't read, but I better go check out prisoner D99's cell anyway. Maybe I can find some kind of information that might help Lynn out. Besides, I want to see what this prisoner Lynn is investigating looks like. It's reasonable enough. We know he has a beard, but not too much else. So let's fake that bell. I think we actually have to wait for him to get a certain distance before we can use it. There we go. And out he comes. And we can ghost through the spoon to the other side of the room. Just barely made it there. I was actually a bit slow. You're supposed to do it when he's still holding the spoon. Same thing here. Looks like this is just an internal phone too. It doesn't call outside. So the only places I can go with this phone, blah blah blah. So this gives us warp points on the two individual floors in case we have to come back here from the internal line. And now we can go into D99's cell. And yep, he's definitely got a beard. And a smock and a uniform. What's that painting in the background? Looks kind of like a rocket. I wonder if we'll see that again. What a strange cell. And the prisoner inside, he seems to be enjoying himself. This is the last cell in this area, so that means this man humming to himself must be prisoner D99. According to what the guard said... Yep, another flashback to 5 minutes ago. Yes, he shot his wife. That probably makes him the only actually dangerous criminal in this entire place. What in this world really happened? And why is Lynn so concerned about this prisoner? I don't know the answers, and I guess there's no need for me to know. You say that now. I have only one objective, and that's to find out what the painter's work schedule is for tomorrow. Maybe we can get it to read it to us somehow? I mean, we are a poltergeist. So that's a clue. You can see, Sissel can tell us that's a picture of his family, but they're blotted out. It doesn't really tell us anything. So the work schedule for tomorrow of prisoner D99, the information Lynn's looking for should be written on this blackboard. Unfortunately, I've lost the ability to read. But here I am anyway. The least I can do is take a look. Huh? What could this mean? There's nothing written on the board at all. How convenient. We don't have to read anything. I think something was written on the blackboards of the other prisoners, but this board is as clean and blank as the day it was hung there. You don't know that. It could have been filthy. These cops are pretty negligent. So I have the answer Lynn was looking for. Tomorrow's work schedule for prisoner D99 is nothing. Would this information mean anything to her? It's not up to me to know or care. That's how I feel at the moment, anyway. And this is actually not the end of the chapter. We've still got to get out of here. Shouldn't be too hard, though. Leave the same way we came in. Actually, first I have to close this. Scratch that. D99, dinner! We also have to watch this cutscene first. Man, this is nice chicken. Quite a feast tonight, I see. Ah, and I'm absolutely crazy about this chicken. Too bad it's all cold and hard, though. That's what she said. Anyway. I'd say it's been about 2 hours since it was cooked, judging from the way it feels. D99, I know it's kind of pointless to ask now. But just the same, I still want to know. Why'd you do it? That's an awfully nice chicken dinner to give someone and then leave it out for 2 hours. I agree, it's pointless to ask now. My case is colder than this chicken and has been forgotten by everybody. Myself included. Jeez, that's rough. Detective Jowd. Now then, let me eat in peace before it gets too cold to cut. Cool, we get to see what he's painting, too. I wonder if it's as nice as the mural on the back. There's one more thing I've been wondering for a long time. What's that? Who is the man in that painting? Oh, this? Well, being in prison like this, you start to forget faces, you know? So I paint the faces that I don't want to forget. And this is the last of those faces. Uh-oh, it's in red. Oh, hey, I know that guy. Looking sharp, dude. Wait a minute. Now, could you leave me alone for a bit? Let a man eat in peace. Leave him alone with this chicken. Okay, sure. Sorry to bother you. And this bottle of grape juice. In case you didn't notice. What in the world? What in the world could this mean? Why is there a painting of me in this man's cell? What exactly is this prisoner? The man whose case Lynn is investigating is painting a picture of me in his cell. I have to go see Lynn, fast, and not for her sake. For mine, to solve this mystery of me. I'm sure Lynn's managed to die between now and then anyway, so it will turn out to be for her sake in the long run. Even if it is in the next chapter. So, let's get the heck out of here. We've got our internal phone that we can ride. This telephone doesn't connect to the outside, and I've got questions I want to ask Lynn. I've got to get to a place that has an external line, and fast. We can get to the guard room. We don't get the cross town, which makes sense. Since we're still inside, even though we got the crosstown marker, we're going upstairs in the superintendent's office. This is headquarters. What's the status over there? Oh, Chief, it's you. They're making preparations now. No problem, sir. How much longer, then? 1 more hour, sir. I see. Carry on, then. Oh, one more thing. Inspector Cabanella wishes to speak to you. I have to wait for him to pose. Evening. Cabanella here. How you boys doing? Inspector Cabanella. Fine, sir. You got another little call tonight, didn't you? From my baby. From Lynn? Well, yes. Did my girl have anything interesting to say? Not especially. She hung up almost immediately. I see. Next time she gives you a buzz, be sure to let me know right away. That's a good fellow. Yes, sir. Try to cover it up, and I'm sure you'll regret it very much. Very much. Yes, sir. I'll call you right away, sir, immediately. Nobody has a cell phone, so... Don't forget, she's a fugitive, after all. That's true. Yes, sir. Carry on, then. I might pop in a little later. Yes, sir. Looking forward to seeing you, sir. That's a lie. Trace complete. We've got a new number. And it is... whatever that is. Usually we get a descriptor, but I guess not this time. So now we're on the phone. Where are we gonna go? Lynn should be heading for the chicken kitchen now. But the call from police headquarters intrigues me too. It's looking pretty obvious right now. That white-suited inspector suspects Lynn, and she's being considered a fugitive. This is not good. I wonder if I should go check in on the chief and the inspector in white, too. Alright, so we found out prisoner D99's work schedule. It turns out he's got no work at all. Free day for him. Not exactly. So, let's go check up on Lynn and the police inspector. We'll do that in the next episode. See you tomorrow on Let's Play Ghost Trick.